stadium review in the first season of my bucket list of all 30 MLB ballparks. I'm with Michelle, all the way in from Queens, New York. Fellow Mets fan. Today, where are we?
Dodger Stadium. First time.
Yes, first time, not my first time. I've actually semi-reviewed it on my previous channel, New Yorker in Vegas, but this is gonna be a fresh one. Yes, I'm gonna use some footage from back then, but this is the first time going through all 39 criteria for this gorgeous stadium. There's no dog in the fight for us today. The Mets are not here, so I'm in my Field of Dreams shirt. You're in kind of generic LA girl from New York gear, and you excited to see the stadium?
I'm excited, let's see what happens.
All right, let's get inside. So, the parking.
I was not impressed.
$40 at the gate, $35 in advance.
Poor signage, in my opinion.
I feel like they very much rely on Dodger fans driving here knowing Vin Scully way and all the nuances of getting inside. For people who aren't as well versed, it can be a little bit confusing. It's very easy to get turned around. They open very promptly at exactly 2.5 hours before game time.
On the dot.
Parking is plentiful, but as in the past, when you get here early as we did, the parking lot they put you in is kind of dipped around and you can't see it. It's like dipped down. So lost the car, thought it was stolen. Now I know not to lose it. So Michelle, would you be able to find the car by yourself?
No.
While it is plentiful, I would give it 2 strikes simply because I know how long it takes to get out of here, upwards of an hour and a half, 2 hours to get out. Tailgating. It's a Tuesday night. There's nothing really to speak of. Oh, she's already checking out the male eye candy here. That's the last ranking. I already know what the score is. Balls already knows what the score is. I think you already know what the score is, but we saved the best for last. Okay, anyway, while Michelle is looking to get her groove on with some of the Dodger fans here, upon further research, I found out that the Dodgers strictly prohibit tailgating of any kind in the parking lot, which I think is absolutely moronic because the Dodgers faithful would definitely throw one hell of a party. I mean, why not designate one specific area of the parking lot for tailgating? Ownership gets a reverse K. The location is gorgeous, is beautiful. It's in Chavez Ravine, which has a very complicated history with the stadium being built. Long story short, they forcibly removed the Mexican community that was here, that was thriving, to build the stadium into the mountain face, cleared the whole place out, and people died in the process. It's a very dark chapter. The legend Fernando Valenzuela, rest in peace, he was a big part of healing the rift with the Mexican-American community here. The location itself, for LA, because the size of LA, is pretty good. What would you give it?
2 balls.
2 balls? Okay. I would go 3. Yeah, let's go 2. I like 2 better. 2 balls for location. Public transportation, the Metro doesn't really go here, but the buses do. Uber is a complicated, specific lot.
Well, when I was in LA a couple of years ago, it was timely, the schedule was great. I couldn't get lost.
Okay, so you think it would be fairly easy to get here by bus?
I would say so.
What would you give it?
Probably 3 balls.
I defer to you, 3 balls. So it's a shuttle to the Metro. Should that change our score?
Ooh, I think it should. Easy access.
I think that's the line.
Oh.
Yeah, public transportation is rough here. All right, I might have to revise the final score when I edit this. I'm sorry, the buses let you off entirely too far from the stadium, and yes, they've got the Metro shuttle, but that's a long-ass line, almost as long as it takes to get out of the parking lot itself. But at least they've got some options for public transportation, so 1 ball is fair, methinks. Outdoor festivities. The times that I've been here, both on the weekdays and the weekends, there's really nothing outside going on. There's nothing really out here because it's all just basically parking lot. At Citi Field, we have the Saturday block parties, Fenway Park, they have Yawkey Way. They go all out inside. So outside, I don't think it deserves balls or strikes. I think it's an 0-0 count because they are doing it, but they're doing it inside the gates because of the way the architecture is here.
I agree. I definitely hear the music inside.
Yes.
So has to be something fun going inside.
Okay, so bag policies. Bull here. Your bag was just the right size, nothing even slightly wider than that. I have my fanny pack that I've had in every other stadium. I call it my colostomy bag, maybe to there. I had to toss it. I could have gone back to my car and put it in there, which is another 15-minute walk to 15-minute walk back, or pay $10 at the baggage check outside, or toss it. I was like, can I roll it up? I put it in her bag, and the guy was like, I'm being watched by basically the police, by the big wig securities. He was trying to be nice about it, but it's bull. You can bring in clear totes, you can bring in clear book bag, but you couldn't bring in a regular ass size fanny pack. So that, struck out looking. If I could give it a worse rating, I would, but I'm gonna be nice and get over it, and I now have to buy a new fanny pack. You got anything to say about that?
Bullshit.
Bullshit. But getting in, long lines, because they are so overwhelmingly thorough about security here. You wait forever to get inside. They go through every bag meticulously. And something that is cool, they have facial recognition, like kind of like TSA pre-check. They still check your bag though, so I don't know really what the purpose is, but at least you speed through it a little bit quicker. Drop something. So getting in is cumbersome.
Yes.
Needlessly so. So I'm going to give that 3 strikes.
I agree.
Thank you.
Honestly, it was a bad experience.
Yeah.
Just with that.
Yeah.
So.
But gate times are 2 hours before the game, which is good because you're going to be online for a very, very long time. Even though you're going to be able to get in and see batting practice for the visiting team, none of the stadiums, unless you have the early entrance and you spend a lot of money, you're going to see the home team, which sucks, and that's at every stadium. If you arrive even slightly late, you might still be out there for an hour with the lines waiting to get in. Now, granted, there are plenty of gates to come in, all the different tiers. I give them 1 ball.
I would say I would have to agree.
You can pretty much go from dugout end to dugout end, and of course they got the great grandstand bleachers here, and there's a lot of great territory to catch home runs. You come right up to the bullpens. It's a good setup for BP.
I like it. I like the fact that you can go into the different sections.
And also because of the architecture, you're so close to the field itself. You know, there's no high walls. You feel like you're in it. So would that influence a change of gate times and BPs?
Ooh. Balancing it out.
Now that we're a little less angry from our security issues. Begging for a bowl.
I think that kind of evens it out a little bit for me.
If I'm being fair, even though they pissed me off, I got to give that 4 balls. Remember, I always say 2 hours on weekdays, right?
Yes.
And it's a really good environment for BP because you are so close to the field. But how do you feel?
I give it a 3.5. I'll round it up to 4.
Okay.
There.
I don't know where it is, but it landed right there. Holy crap! Okay, if only I had a fanny pack to put it in. Very cool, very, very cool. I have gotten batting practice ones before. Jason Worth gave me one once because I was the only adult not begging.
Oh.
Only kids should beg for balls in BP.
That's true, yes.
And Zach Campbell. And I got one that I think Jose Reyes hit once. I forget. But this just landed literally right there. And I got it on the camera.
Yes.
That's so cool. All right, I feel a little bit better. My friend, you want the batting practice ball? Go for it. Yeah.
Thank you.
I just grabbed it from you. I got too excited, but that's for him. That's for him. That's for him. All right. Enjoy the game. I don't want to be Philly Karen. So giveaways. I've spoken about this ad nauseum on the channel. LA has some of the best, if not the best, policies for it. They give away amazing bobbleheads, jerseys that are high quality, not overly advertised, sponsored logos on things. And they'll do it on a Monday night. And it'll be for all fans in attendance. I have 2 Vince Scully jerseys that were given away on a Monday, and you got to choose your size.
Oh.
They still ran a little small, but you know, I'm working on getting bigger. Now tonight with Guatemalan Heritage Night, let me say that again. So for tonight with Guatemalan Heritage Night, there are some specialty tickets to get the jersey and whatnot. So it's not for every single occasion. No hitters are reserved for the best in the league. And I've been to a third of all the parks, more than a third. Dodger Stadium does giveaways better than any other stadium. So no hitter. So this area, bars that are in left and right field, right above the bullpen. I think it's first come, first serve, except for some of the seats down below. But I got to sit at them late in the game where the Mets lost to Kershaw.
I really like it. I mean, you have a good view, very accessible to the bar. So.
And now we're going to walk into the center field area, which previously, if you watch old footage of the Dodger Stadium, after the bleachers, that was it, parking lot, gate. It's all part of the renovations. Let's check that out.
Let's go.
right and left field. The bleacher you see is one across. In the past, they'll have performances from the bands performing now here during the game. And it's just an awesome gathering spot to meet your friends, hang out, and then come and watch the entire stadium from here. That's cool.
It is.
That's very cool.
Upstairs, dead center field. Michelle, what do you think of this area?
I like it.
Oh, the batter's eye. The big old ultra bar, third level, center field, overlooking the expanded courtyard. I think this is one of my favorite spots in a ballpark. I mean, I went to Angel Stadium, they had that bar in the back, but like, you could tell it was an afterthought. It was just kind of thrown there. This was thought out in the renovations. So far, what we've seen, what's your favorite part of the stadium?
I would say this level, due to the fact that there's so many seats where you can sit in and have the different experiences.
I'm with
Great
you.
views. Yeah.
I'm with you. Cheers! Pinkies up. In case you're wondering, the 2 drinks are $44 with tip. Architecture. This is the 3rd oldest park in the game, built in '62. Does the architecture feel old to you? Does it feel worn out?
A good.
So it feels classic.
Yeah.
Because they do invest into the fresh coat of paint every year on the stadium. Literally, they put so much money into making this 3rd oldest park in the game feel modern while not losing its nostalgia and that '60s, very '60s architectural feel. Being built into the mountain face.
I've never seen a stadium like this. Granted, I haven't been to many of them, so I do like something, something a little bit different structure.
It's so unique because it's got a tiered thing. So like when you go to behind home plate on the very tippy top tier, which is high, it's basically when you're outside, it's 1 story, give or take. It's 1 level. And then the different tiers going down, 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 down until you get to here behind the outfield. So there's not really a facade to speak of.
The layout is big, allowing for different types of festivities. And I would give it a 4.
I would give it a solo home run. So I think it's a little better than 4 balls because of how they upkeep it, how they keep the old fresh and classic and new. What do you think?
I agree. I mean, you're the expert here. So.
Hey. All right, solo homer for architecture. So we talked about how there's no real outdoor festivities, but like you said, it's Guatemalan Heritage Night. All the festivities are inside in the center field courtyard area. Guatemalan Heritage Night. As a Latina, do you feel like they did a good job celebrating and not stereotyping Latin heritage here?
I would say yes, they did a pretty good job. They brought a couple of vocal groups, which is great, taught us a little bit more of their dancing, so hands down to that.
Sweet. Met fans are the children of Brooklyn Dodger fans. Had they not left for the West Coast, there would be no Mets, so I'm grateful for that. I'll be honest, when I was a kid, I hated the Dodgers. Watching this stadium on TV in the 1988 NLCS, where we should have steamrolled them and Oral friggin' Hershiser destroyed us. I hated the stadium. I thought it was ugly. I thought it was like this jagged 60s feel. It was gross and disgusting. Granted, we played in Shea Stadium by then. Then I came here. So beautiful. And Dodger fans don't want to hear this. No stadium's more beautiful than Petco. No facade is better than Cities, but the decor in here, that 60s Men in Black-esque era, World's Fair kind of retro feel.
I like it.
Michelle, you love firefighters, right? You want to pose at the truck? Well, guess what? This is going all over every Mets page there is as you're a trader. What would you rate it?
I'll give it 4 balls.
I agree with you, 4 balls. All right. Dodgers don't have an official mascot. They have like Dodger boys and whatnot, and they have a statue of the Dodger dog. I think that was a temporary mascot. It's a lot of like, there's several of them, and they kind of go around.
They're
should have a Tommy Lasorda one. He's like their greatest manager. He was the manager for forever. He's the guy who did a family favor to get Mike Piazza drafted. He was a scutch son of a bitch. He knew the game. He was passionate. He was crazy. He got into a fist fight with the Philly Fanatic. I hated him as a kid. Now I respect him for just being one of the great baseball guys. He passed away a number of years ago, but he was a character. And I almost feel like if he was a character in the way of the Philly Fanatic, like a big time sort of, they got a statue of him downstairs, like a bobblehead statue of him downstairs, that would be kind of cool. But what they got now, I don't think it's good. I don't think it's horrible. They go around, they take pictures, that's cool. One ball?
Yeah.
One ball.
Yeah.
The mascots won.
Nice pitch by your world champion Los Angeles Dodgers.
For being here at Dodger Stadium, you don't lead to the last out, and it is a different person each and every time. Jaw-dropping, inspiring, night after night.
I love how much fun they're beating the Yankees in the World Series.
And now, to left field, number 23, Michael Conforto.
Oh my God, I'm a Conforto.
Center field,
It's time for Dodger baseball!
Los Angeles Dodgers.
So The Dodgers don't have a museum per se or a Hall of Fame in the stadium, but they do have in what used to be, I think, the Loge hallway, this kind of makeshift area with a lot of artifacts and memorabilia, more in this not quote-unquote museum than most stadiums have in their quote-unquote museum. So it's pretty accessible. It's wide enough. What do you think of this space here, Michelle?
I really like it.
Yeah?
I mean, hello.
What would you give this museum here in Hall of Fame area?
What's better than Grand Slam?
A no-hitter.
No hitter. I'm very impressed.
And you've seen all the different things they have throughout the stadium of the team, of their players, of their history, with the retired numbers, with all the banners they have, even though they have 2020 listed as a World Series championship. Nope, 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 nope. I've said many times before, I was terrified that that'd be the one year the Mets do win the World Series and a 60-game season, and it wouldn't count. Because, let's face it, only one team was going to celebrate that as a World Championship, and the other 29 were going to be like, They earned 2024. They beat us in the NLCS. They earned it, and they spanked the Yankees, so they earned 2024. 2020, there's a lot of pride in this stadium. I got to give that a no-hitter. Use of space. This is an older stadium that was not built to have all the bells and whistles that all the modern parks do, like Citi Field, like Petco. But they have expanded in the renovations. The outfield courtyard, I think, is absolutely phenomenal. And even though they don't have a dedicated Hall of Fame museum, using this space the way they do, I think they've taken what is in essence a hallway underneath the bleachers and turned it into something that's, like you said, accessible and fan-friendly.
They really use every little inch. Grand Slam.
See, I would give it a no-hitter simply because this is the retro stadium uses of space. And I've seen Angel Stadium, which is the fourth oldest, not a lot of good use of space.
No, correct.
Good, not terrible, not terrible.
Could have been better.
I think the perfect best use of space for an older stadium is this no-hitter. Okay, so I didn't realize that we had to take the elevator to go to our level from here. Because it's old, ease of mobility is a little difficult. You see the staircases?
Right.
So some of them, they kind of jet around and they do like all the escalators to go up and down to be able to get to the top level. Like that's why they tell you to go in specific gates. For all the renovations they have done, escalators is not one of them. Although they have two great new elevators at each tip of the outfield. But in the middle, behind home plate like we are, you gotta switch to either staircases and go all the way up or the elevator. But at least they make it fairly readily available from the escalator to the elevator.
Not that far of a walk.
Because you can go 360 downstairs. Two? We'll go two then, because you can go, okay, we'll go two. Navigational signage, what do you think of it?
Good.
I think it's good. Definitely not perfection like Citi Fields is, but you know where you're going. Absolutely. What would you give it?
Ooh, maybe I'll be a little bit harsh and give it 4, because I did see some of the signs where I guess they were renaming it, but it didn't really, you know.
I was thinking solo home run, but then I'm like, also sometimes while you have the sections there, when you walk out there, you really do need the usher if you don't know the stadium well.
Exactly.
Okay, 4.
Fair.
4 balls.
Fair.
So Michelle, have you decided what you want to eat yet? Decide what you want to eat yet?
Not yet. Not
okay.
Yet.
Oh, Jen would love the ready-made to go michelada. Here's me biting into a Dodger dog for the very first time a few years ago. I mean, I tried so hard to like it, but what are we gonna get?
I believe a Dodger dog it is.
This is actual footage of the Dodger dog laughing his ass off at me as I'm about to eat his meat yet again, despite never liking it in the past.
There's a combo.
Huh?
There's a combo with 2 super Dodger dogs and nachos.
Let's do that.
Can we get the combo, please?
Do you want jalapeno on the nachos?
Do you want jalapenos on the nachos?
If you do, yes.
Okay, we'll have it.
Oh wow, that's quick. Wait time's definitely getting 4 balls. How much is it?
I don't know. 30 something.
Honestly, it's cheaper than the drinks.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Ooh, and the helmet too. Look at that.
What kind of soda?
So this is a little sad. We did forget ketchup, but kind of a hard bun. Very basic. Oh, Dad. What do you think of the Dodger dog? One of the viewers on my other video, Jason Arlano, who's a Dodger fan, said that the Dodger dogs back in the day were excellent, and then they switched vendors, and that's why they've gone down in quality. I believe it.
Bring back the old one.
But I had to try again. Thank you, Jason. What did you just say?
I said these are not nachos and they don't deserve to be called that.
The jalapenos are good.
Jalapenos are good.
They're the best part.
The best part?
Taste the food. It's not horrible, but it's not good. It should be a lot better. It is very classic ballpark, so I'll give it that nostalgic feel. 1 or 2 strikes. 2 strikes. Options. There's on the first level. There's more, definitely in the outfield, and then the variety downstairs. What do you give it? I give it a ball. I'd give it a ball because there's like Japanese food. There's
yes, I did see
things like that. One ball, not well evenly spread apart the ballpark.
No.
So I give that 2 strikes.
Yes, I agree.
Portion to cost ratio though.
Okay.
This deal was incredible.
Yeah, it was. When you're hungry, you're hungry.
Yeah, but this was a hell of a deal though. For like less than the two beers cost, we got 2 hot dogs, a helmet of nachos, and 2 soft drinks.
It's soft drinks, yeah.
Even though we forgot to get condiments for a hot dog, they're everywhere.
They're everywhere. Every other station, every 2 stations.
Yeah, and it's ketchup, it's mustard, it's relish even, it's
napkin
napkins.
dispensers everywhere.
Not forks and knives, which is the only thing that stops it from having. Oh, that? Vlog, yes sir. There you go. Only because they don't have the utensils, I wouldn't give it a no-hitter. I'll give it a grand slam.
Okay, good point. I didn't realize that, but yes.
Pecco has that. Stop, Dodger fans. I already hear you, Mike and Renee. I already hear you.
And it's a grand slam home run.
Use the bathroom. How was it?
It was very clean.
What kind of sinks? Electric eye?
Yes.
Electric eye soap?
Soap, full.
Paper towels?
No, yeah.
Okay. We'll see how the men's are. When I came here a few years ago, the bathrooms on the upper level were atrocious. I just went in there. The floors are redone. They remodeled everything. It's new. It's bright. The sinks are good. It's a lot of stalls, a lot of urinals, a lot of sinks. Pretty good.
It looks like it. I mean, I haven't gone on this floor, but it does look rather new compared to the other.
I give it a solo home run.
I agree.
Because they remodel it and they're really good. And what I do like is that they do have gender-neutral bathrooms here.
Yes, I was going to mention that. Yes.
And you can check the fit. Nothing fits anymore. What do you think of the seats?
I don't know. I'm chilling. I have enough leg room for me.
Yeah, it's not terrible leg room for me. Honestly, it's a little cramped, but it's not the worst. It's definitely not the best.
I've been in worse.
Seats are comfortable because they're flat, and I love that. But decent wiggle room for a fat guy like me. I give it 3 balls.
Wow.
1 ball. So it'll be 2. Dodgers are losing in the bottom of the 9th inning. Shohei hit a home run to tie it. Mookie walking off with a homer. Skyline in view. We can't see the mountains right now because it's dark. We can see where they are. I think it's one of the prettiest vistas in the game.
It is.
What would you give it? Grand Slam?
I'm a sucker for sunset, sunrises, everything is
Well, the sunset's behind us over, and the backdrop's like the city of LA downtown. I give it Grand Slam.
And it's a Grand Slam home run.
Scoreboards, what do you think? It could be better because they want to keep the old aesthetic of the two screens from the 60s and work in conjunction. One thing has one thing, like the cap shuffle on the right field screen, while the fan and the host were on the left field screen. So I like that they work together. And they got good LED strips all around. And also they have like the out-of-town scoreboards, American League, National League. I haven't seen the Mets score sucks. What do you think of the audio here?
It's pretty good. Very
Enhanced it.
clear.
And the lighting, like you said, is excellent. And for older looking lights, they updated in a way that Petco definitely needs to update, and that's a hell of a lot newer. But I very much appreciate that they have closed caption. I don't think it's great, but I do think it's pretty good for a retro stadium.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Corporateness, what would you give?
In my opinion, it goes with, the architecture, the vibe, and everything. So
I'd give it 3 balls. 3 balls, okay. I'd give the in-game hype.
Endgame hype?
Yeah, like the energy, the music they play, the interactiveness with the fan.
I would say it's pretty good.
Some monsters are mythical, others are born to be.
Questions. Multiple choice questions.
Down in front.
Between 3 and 4.
Okay, I'd give it 3. Yeah, 3 is good. What would you give staff and security? Everyone has been super nice to us. Even though I had to throw out my bag, the guy he was doing his job. I think some of the larger security people, the rules are the rules. They're set by whoever sets the rules. I can't really blame them. He was as nice about it as someone could possibly be, and he gave me options and told me, I could come back in, whatever.
He showed you the diagram.
Yes, the ushers have been great. The people at the food stands have been great.
A few hours later.
And going back real quick to the staff and the security, game ended like 20 minutes ago. We did a whole recap. Everyone's taking pictures. No one forced everybody out. Super nice. And it's a Tuesday. Love that. It's still celebratory out here. That, what would you give? Huh?
Feel safe, Grand Slam.
Grand Slam, yes.
And it's a Grand Slam home run.
Oh man, I wish we had seen this. Yeah.
Carne guisada fries. That looks amazing. Even that hot dog looks even better.
Oh, come on.
But goes to your point where the first floor had more options.
Yeah. So this is a bar that I wanted to come to a few years ago, but in the beginning of the game, the line is super long, but they're like coming to later innings, so we did. And this game is going by fast. We're already at the top of the 7th, and there's one out. This is the Gold Glove Bar, super cool, underneath the bleachers, right next to the home bullpen, which online someone said was what?
Intrusive.
Come on now. We're not gonna get a drink because we just had 2 drinks back to back, but I like it. Plenty of televisions, cool neon signage, ticker, other sports.
It's a nice experience.
And it's nice and air conditioned.
Yeah.
This goes under fan amenities.
Who can tell me the DJ's name? Alright, you gotta vote him. I gotta keep you guys on your toes over here.
That is really cool that our hype crew are giving away prizes like bobbleheads and whatnot for trivia questions pre-game. That's really good. Beyond what I've already shown you, fan amenities at Dodger Stadium include additional clubs such as the Lexus clubs in both right and left fields on the field level, as well as the Yamava dugout club also on the field level. And granted, these are all behind paywalls. There's also the Champions Lounge, club boxes and suites, but that's only if you're bougie. The Art of the Game Gallery is a cool place to check out. That's on the field level behind home plate. They got the 50-50 raffle. Various table and bar stool areas. Some require special tickets and some do not. You can even order Uber Eats. The social media center is on the loge level, just off the escalators kind of near the museum area. Fan assistant kiosks, TVs throughout each level, allowing you to always see the game no matter where you are. There's a Dodgers 365 where you can rent out areas of the park for events, get behind the scenes access, meet players, and more. They have youth camps, of course stadium tours, and best of all, Dodger Stadium is an extremely family-friendly place. This is most evident with the various playgrounds on both the field and reserve levels, including the center field turf area and pitching cages. And also, there are areas that you can park your strollers at. There's likely more that I'm not aware of, so the question is, how should fan amenities rank? Are you up to Grand Slam with me?
I can compromise, yes.
And it's a Grand Slam home run.
Even when I've been here, maybe I wasn't paying attention. Team store. So they have team stores throughout the ballpark and outlets. I will say, when I was looking for my ball when I was last here for my collection, it was you couldn't find a ball that said Dodger Stadium. It was very hard to even find the ball that I got, which was their City Connect ball. They really put a focus on clothing. In all their stores, and less tchotchkes and collectibles and memorabilia. They're all over the place. They're nice stores, but they don't have great variety. Because think about Citi Field store and the ones you see in my reviews like Petco and whatnot, compared to this.
Yeah, I would agree. It's mostly clothing, apparel.
So what would you give it?
Ooh.
I don't think it's bad. I just don't think it's plentiful.
4.
4?
Because they do have a variety of clothing.
I give it 1. So since it's 1,
Here's your Dodgers ball.
and you say 4, we're going to even it at 2.
Okay.
Is that what you want?
I wonder if these are better hot dogs than I just had.
Accessibility, mobility. Saw a lot of people in wheelchairs and whatnot, and scooters and whatnot, and crutches. As packed as it gets, it seems to always be a clear path. And like, yes, you were just asking, is there ramps? There's one right there. Granted, they're more than likely going to come into the outfield entrance, but it's plentiful. There's 3 different entrances.
Elevators.
The elevators are good. There's a lot of good seating for them.
There is.
My head says solo home run, but my gut says Grand Slam.
Ooh, Grand Slam.
That was terrible.
And it's a Grand Slam home run.
All right, so the fans. Let's start with the mean-nice ratio. And even when I've been here facing the Mets in the Mets jersey, they were fine. Some gamesmanship, of course. But they weren't pissy like Padre fans. Padre fans are pissy. Mike and Renee and I from Middle Age Rotary have a running thing. Who's shittier? Padre fans or Philly fans or Skanky fans? Regardless, they're the top 3. And they can go like this. I know Yankee fans will say Dodger fans are the worst. I know Giant fans will say Dodger fans are the worst. I know Padre fans will say Dodger fans are the worst. But they're not.
Today, good experience. Again, we weren't going for one or the other, but I would say they're good sportsmen.
I will give them a Grand Slam simply because when Brett and I went to the Circa Sportsbook last year during the playoffs, and the Dodgers beat the Mets, and it seemed just inevitable that the Yankees go to the World Series and the Dodgers go to the World Series. And we walked out, our heads down, and there were Dodger fans celebrating. I walked up and I said, "Do me a favor." And they looked at me like, "What the hell is this angry fan gonna say?" Kill the Yankees in the World Series. They're like, "Yeah!" And they did.
I think we all said that.
Sorry, balls.
But not for anything. The fact that it was Guatemalan Heritage Night, I felt gave it a different vibe also, which means the fans were happier.
It's like that all the time here.
Oh,
It's really like that all the time. I've been here for Mexican Heritage Night, Guatemalan, and just regular games. And because it is such a very family-oriented, Latin-based community here, there's good vibes.
Okay, that's great.
Grand Slam.
Yeah.
And it's a Grand Slam home run.
Can we take points out for fan cleanliness?
Fan knowledge. I think they know their team and their history for the most part. At least, especially since they've been in LA. Maybe not Brooklyn as much, but they know LA.
Well, they just had a contest of who gets giveaways and stuff like that by knowing certain things. I saw a lot of bobbleheads being given away. I don't know
You're
about you.
completely right about that. Granted, they celebrate 2020. It is what it is.
I'm very inclined to Grand Slam just based on today's experience.
I would give it a solo home.
Okay. You've been here more than I have.
Okay, solo home. Finally with the fans, the fan engagement and energy.
Hands down. What's the highest?
No hitter, but do you think it matches the fans at Citi Field? They are a little entitled and expectant to win, whereas we're not and we don't take it for granted. We're involved in every pitch, but they're close.
We have my heart on the thing. Sorry.
Grand Slam though.
Okay.
They're really into it. What do you think?
No, I agree.
Okay,
I agree.
okay,
They're
sounds
definitely
good.
into it, but
Sounds good.
my heart is with my men.
And it's a grand slam home run.
But objectively speaking, which fans have more energy during the game?
We do.
It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G.
What do you think of your first ever game at Dodger Stadium?
I liked it.
Yes. Obviously, they spanked the Rockies. Miscellaneous. Anything stand out to you?
Well, I would say these type of sections, great view, great vibe.
I wish that on the field level they didn't have those lines saying you can't cross here because there's a lot of space there. But I guess you pay for the seat. It is what it is. What would you improve here?
Good question.
Bag policies
Food.
and the food. So what would you give it? I think 4 balls is fair. Prices overall.
I didn't take a look at the prices at the store, but I can only imagine
They're
what
high.
things might be. Right, exactly.
They're not as bad as Angel Stadium, not as good as Coors where the Rockies play. On par, I think, with City for the most part.
I would
Tickets are a lot higher because they're defending world champions.
Okay, yes, you would know.
I'd give it a strike.
Yeah?
Yeah, even though the food was good and I would, that deal. What do you give it, a strike or a ball?
I'm inclined for the strike again. I'm a
Strike,
stickler.
one strike.
Yeah.
And finally, the most important category of all the categories in all the land of all 39 categories for rating all 30 MLB ballparks on my bucket list. The eye candy. I will let you start.
Wow.
The men.
Okay.
What would you give the men?
Well, I know this is based on personal preference and so on. Not that bad.
What would you give them? That's it? Not a solo home run, not a grand slam, not...
I'm a tough judge. What can I say?
That's true, you are.
Yes.
Well, I mean, balls, you know this. Every man out there who's ever been to Dodger Stadium knows this. The women here are, bar none, the best of any ballpark, anywhere, of any sport in the entire world. No hitter. I will not compromise on this. I'm sorry, your point is valid. Maybe it needs to be 40 categories. The men and the women. It's practically Mexico. If you know, you know. I said that about Petco. I mean, it's like dying going to heaven.
Again, based on preference.
So I've tallied up the balls, added the bonuses, subtracted the strikes and the demerits, and Dodger Stadium clocks in with 144. I did not expect it to tie with Citi Field. That just means that they're in a two-way race for the best ballpark in all of MLB so far. Make sure you subscribe so you can check out season 2 of my stadium reviews in 2026. So Michelle, thank you so much for coming. I know you're not one to be on YouTube and on camera, but you are a natural. I really do appreciate it.
You're welcome.
So we can both say different variations of the same thing. Your first time at Dodger Stadium, and my Dodger Stadium review, check.